Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Aetherdrift Draft here on the channel. We're going to be going pick by pick and play by play, talking through everything so you know what to do when you draft this format yourself. Let's get to it. Okay, so we have opened up the best card to open up in the entire set, Sky Sovereign Console Flagship. Not only is it incredibly powerful, but it's also colorless, so you know you get to play this. It's insane. Let's just assume this card wasn't in the pack and see what else we would be taking. The Aetherdrift Emerald Radiant, so 6 mana, but it is going to make a bunch of, for a 3/3, but it makes a bunch of extra 1/1s when it comes into play. And then when insects die, you get a counter on Aetherdrift. It's a little bit finicky to build around, but if you make like 4 or 5 insects, it's pretty worth it. And yeah, the main downside of first picking it is a gold card. So that means multicolored. It's very inflexible on where it goes. There is also Elvish Refueler. This one is this one's pretty nice uncommon. Just gets to use its ability over and over. And I'm pretty happy with taking this one early as well. Monocolored. This card's a fun build around. But yeah, we're going to take Sky Sovereign. I am streaming this live, so if you see me interacting, answering questions and such, then I will, sorry. But yeah, if you see me answering questions and such, then that's what that's from. Okay, so pack 2, we see a couple of good cards. First up, I like Hellish Sideswipe. You can kill something and get some value, so if you have an artifact, which is if you have a vehicle sitting around, then you can sacrifice that, kill something, draw a card. I've done that several times already. It feels very strong. There's also Ranger's Ether Hive. So that's a really strong, huge vehicle in terms of stats and makes a stream of 1/1. So you have a constant ability to crew this card, which is really nice as well. It is, again, a multicolored card, so a little bit of downside there. Sky Crash can be nice as cheap interaction, but also doesn't always have a target. But cycling really helps with that. And then there's Grim Bauble in the commons, Night Market in the commons. I think I'm going to take Hellish Sideswipe. I'm pretty happy with this one. I think it's quite powerful. I think other than that, I could see myself taking like Night Market, honestly. It's pretty interesting. Okay. Guidelight Pathmaker. It's a multicolored card, but it does let me search up my Sky Sovereign. So that's very tempting. And I do like that idea. Even though I don't get to put it into play right away, I just get to find Sky Sovereign. It's a pretty inexpensive way to do that, though. There's a Sky Serpent Seeker. So if I had just known I was going to be able to play blue-green, I could have gotten 2 multicolored blue-green cards in a row. There's also just Spin Out, good removal spell, and there's Back on Track as a way to bring a vehicle or creature back. And yeah, those are the main options. I think I like Spin Out more than Back on Track, so that's the black card I would take. I still don't really want to take a multicolored card. It is still early, and I don't really have a sense for what's open, and black might honestly even be open. So I think I'm just going to take the Spin Out. Sky Serpent Seeker is really good, though. It's just tough to justify taking multicolored cards when there's solid monocolored options in the packs. Here, I think I'll just take a Grim Bauble. Grim Bauble is a really good synergy piece with Hellish Sideswipe because you can sacrifice the Bauble and you gain access to a really efficient removal spell. Here, so this is one of the reasons why taking multicolored cards is rough. If we had taken like a blue-green card, like what are we taking here? There's Beast Rider Vanguard. We don't really want to take that super early. There's Guidelight Optimizer. Sure, it can be okay if you're in the artifacts deck, but what would we really be happy taking? Whereas because we've got this mono black path, even if we had taken, say, even if there wasn't Grim Bauble in this pack, we could take Locust Spray as an option, kill spell or cycling. That's a cool thing to be able to do. And there's also like Endrider Spike Spitter, which we wanted some value, or even just taking this card to stay flexible. We just have so many more options now, and we haven't even picked our second color yet. So I really like where we're at right now. And this is one of the benefits of just sticking to a color, staying disciplined, all of that good stuff. Now there's not a black card in the pack, which is a bit annoying. I would like to have taken a black card or even a solid colorless option, but there really isn't one to consider here. There's Scrounging Skyray, so if you discard cards, you get counters on it. We don't really have any discard synergies right now. Blue-black, maybe we'll end up with some cyclers, but it's not like a huge priority for the archetype. Midnight Mangler honestly might be a little bit better even just as an early defensive roadblock. Then there's Guidelight Matrix, which is kind of hard to use. And then there's some white cards. Ride's End is a pretty good kill spell. So I'm tempted to take the Ride's End and maybe play white-black. There's also Midnight Mangler, which I like, but I think Ride's End is a little bit better. It's a flexible kill spell. And so I think I'm going to just take this one. Also Veloheart Bike we've been seeing a little bit of. Okay, now there's Broodheart Engine, so bit of Surveil. And now that because we are pretty sure we're playing black, it's nice to be able to take some flexible options here. Broodheart Engine helps us surveil to find our artifacts, get back our artifacts that die, helps set up our like synergy pieces. There's also Night Market, so that's just a really good land to have access to. Because taps for any color and it has cycling in the late game. I kind of want to try the Broodheart Engine. I don't know how powerful it is, but it seems reasonable. It just gives you a lot of card selection. And yeah, Night Market would be my other pick out of this pack. Okay, and now there's a run over. So pretty late run over. That's nice. There is Grim Javelineer if we wanted to stay black. There's also Maximum Overdrive for staying black. Bounce Off for specking into blue. But I think considering we just take Broodheart Engine, I think getting another removal spell is nice. We now have 1, 2, 3 removal spells, 4 removal spells in black-green. Ride's End might not end up making the cut. Okay, black-green seems to be open, getting a very late Thunderous Broodwagon, pick 8. That is a very late one. There's also Adrenaline Jockey, which is just a good card. Like, any red deck can play this and be pretty happy with it. And because there's just random exhaust abilities everywhere. But Thundering Broodwagon, at this point, I think we'll just play a green-black deck. Thank you, Astro. I appreciate it. But yeah, Thundering Broodwagon is a nice pickup here. Our deck is really coming together. Just very good interaction. And so one of the things when you have a lot of interaction is you then start looking for value because you can kill everything and you just want a little bit of value to go with it. Push the limit would be kind of sweet with Thundering Broodwagons and Sky Sovereigns. This thing has reach. Did you know that? I usually just think of it as the ability comes into play, kill something, but yeah, it has reach and menace. Deathless Pilot is the perfect card for us. If we surveil it over with Broodheart Engine, that's free value. It also can crew our really big vehicles like our Sky Sovereign and our Thundering Broodwagon, so we don't have to worry about those. And just a nice value 2-drop. For a deck that doesn't have a single creature right now, getting one that's really easy to recur and bring back over and over is great. And now Ranger's Aetherhive coming back is a bit of a shock. This coming back probably means that the blue-green guy is going to come back, the blue-green 2-drop is going to come back, the Sky Serpent. But I'm not actually going to take the Aetherhive here. I've got double black cards. I've got a good lane here. I don't have an interest in the Jaguar. I'm just going to take Night Market here, make my mana better, and also give myself a better late game. Those are just 2 really good things to get from a land. Okay. Back on Track comes back. It could be a good synergy piece with Thundering Broodwagon or Broodheart Engine, but there's also a Venom Sac Lagak. So it's a tough pick here, but I am going to take the Back on Track because I think I'm going to be able to get some creatures here, and this is going to be a nice synergy piece for my deck if I'm able to mill some things over. I at least want to try it as a synergy piece. I have no interest in the Avishkar Raceway right now, so yeah. And now pack 2. So our priority of this pack is getting some creatures. We only have 1 creature right now. That is somewhat tricky to navigate. We're going to have to get some creatures in our deck eventually. But for now, we're still just going to take Grim Bauble over a good creature like Hazard of the Dunes, over a card like Dredger's Insight, which might even wheel. That's really kind of you to say, Astro. Welcome to the stream, Chill Factor. But this card's probably going to wheel, and that makes me happy to have a card like Back on Track. I think Back on Track's also cool because if we have this die or it gets milled, or it just gives us more ability to, yeah, get some synergies going. But I think taking we took it over a 2-drop creature, and we may end up regretting that. But we're going to just take Grim Bauble here. We still want to have good synergy with Hellish Sideswipe and such. And now we get Gonti, which is just perfect. So Gonti is going to be fantastic. So if you deal damage to an opponent, then you get to like steal their cards. So just fantastic card here. Really, really strong rare. Hopefully we get to see it in action so you can just see for yourself. It's a little bit understated at 4 mana these days. 4 mana 3/4 is a little bit small, but gets you so much card advantage. If this pack actually has so many good cards for me though that I'm probably going to wheel one. There's Hellish Sideswipe number 2. Still have enough Grim Baubles to really support that. There's Molt Tender, which nobody else really wants, but it's really good for me because if I do have my Back on Track in hand, I can just mill myself, try to find a good card to reanimate. And then there's another Back on Track, of course, as well as Siphon Fuel. So this is just a great pack, but Gonti's fantastic. This is one of the benefits of cutting off black, too. Nobody else can really use these cards very effectively. Now there is Locust Spray as a cheap kill spell or another spin out. I'm just going to take the spin out. I am starting to not worry about my creature count, but my creature count might be a little bit lower in this deck, which we'll have to adjust for. There's a Ripclaw Wrangler. This card's pretty good in the right builds. Our deck doesn't have a ton of artifacts right now, I don't think. We have 5 artifacts. That's actually an okay number. I don't really like splashing if I don't have to, though, but this card's pretty good in blue-black. And, yeah. I really like Ripclaw Wrangler with the Heller Sideswipe. Our deck is so desperate for creatures. I'm actually regretting the Back on Track pick now. Though 2 Thunderous Broodwagons plus Back on Track is pretty good. But we just have to take every creature we see that's even reasonable quality. I mean, the Jaguar, honestly, would probably make the cut for sure in this deck. Oh my gosh. The problem with Wickerfolk is it can't actually crew my vehicles. Gosh. I know that it's max greed. I'm hoping to get Ticket Tortoise back. I love Ticket Tortoise. It's so perfect for me. I can use Ticket Tortoise. Oh gosh. We're just going to take the Carry-On Cruiser. It's so much better than the next best card. It's like getting close to the point where I would take a Ticket Tortoise over it, but we're not quite there yet. We need about 10 creatures to have a functional deck. Like, it's a low number of creatures, but it's like, okay, we could actually function. Okay. Jeez Louise. There's another spin out. There's Gravestalker. There's Ketradon. Gosh. I really want to take spin out. I'm so greedy. I really just want to take the spin out. Gosh. I'm just going to do it. There's Ketradon. I really don't care what creatures I have. Hey, Mike. Welcome to the stream. Oh my gosh. I have so many kill spells. It's too many, I know. I should have probably just taken the 6/6 creature there. But I have a lot of vehicles, which does make it so that if you do have a creature in play, you can hit them right away. This Deathlit Pilot. Yes! Okay, there's a Beast Rider Vanguard. There's also a Ketradon. Which would I rather have? If you're only going to have a few creatures, you might as well make them expensive ones. No, I think I just need a 2-drop. I only have one 2-drop right now. Normally, I think Ketradon's a little bit better. The life gain really makes a big difference here. But getting a 2-drop is huge. We did wheel the Dredger's Insight. There's also a Walking Sarcophagus. Wreckage Wickerfolk is actually kind of a useless creature. It's good with Gonti, but it can't crew any of my vehicles except that one. So I don't really want to take it. I'd rather take this card, honestly. Or we're just going to take the Walking Sarcophagus. I wouldn't mind Dredger's Insight, honestly. And then we're getting a Packed Doll Terror over Back on Track. We do have a decent number of artifacts, so we'll be able to get some life gain out of this. Locust Spray or Jaguar. Let's get that Jaguar into the mix. I'm just going to take Locust Spray. I've wanted to try this card for a while, actually. Deals combat damage. I know that Gonti's good with the 1/3, but... Yeah, you like the Wickerfolk there? I just feel like a 1/3 is not big enough. Okay, the Jaguar is getting in. Nice. So my creature count is now up to 6. Yes! It's good to be good. Oh, this guy's going to be sweet. Oh, this card is sweet for us. We might wheel the land. We might wheel the Lagak. We might wheel the Sheffet Archfiend. This card is just going to be great. We can mill over a bunch of stuff. Late game, just make a huge number of insects. Oh, we have so many kill spells. It's kind of crazy, honestly. I think Packed Doll Terror is actually going to be legitimately good in this deck, which is cool. My deck is so good. This deck is insane. What is happening? Oh, it's just as long as I get some creatures. I mean, there's so many good cards for me. This card's insane. 4 mana, you get like a huge drain. Oh my gosh. I'm feeling better and better about not taking the Wicker Folk. Wicker Folk is useless to my crewing abilities. Like, I need at least power 2 to crew all of these vehicles. Oh my gosh. This card is nuts. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to take Plow Through. I already have plenty of removal spells, plenty of things that can kill whatever I need, and this card is perfect for me. If I mill it over, I can just get it back over and over. It crews all my stuff. This card is the perfect card for my deck. Gosh. Deathless Pilot. Get in there. There's another Broodheart Engine, but I'm just going to take the Mole. Broodheart Engine would be nice. Maybe I just take the Broodheart Engine, actually. It gives me card selection. I can get a huge mana advantage. I can bring back Aetherdrift. The Mole is sweet, though. Gosh, Mole is really good. Just feel like milling towards our Guy Sovereign's pretty good, too. I just want to try the Broodheart Engine. Okay, this card's sweet. It makes a pilot, actually. It's like a 1-mana 1/1 that can crew all my vehicles, which is perfect. And it can do it by surprise, so it's actually a great card for me. Nice, we get the Scurryfoot. Kind of like 2 creatures in 1. All my drafts have been fun to watch this set. Thank you, I really appreciate that. I try hard. I do my best. Okay, so we're going to have to make some cuts here. 3/3 guy, sure. It's an Elefante. Los Elefantes. We have 10 creatures, just what we needed. Also defend the rider as a creature. When you have so many vehicles, a 1/1 pilot is actually like a real card. I don't actually think I want the Jaguar. Gosh, this deck is insane. We get at Chick Pack 3? Like, what? We got the double Broodheart Engine. I don't know if I need back on track with double Broodheart Engine, though this also makes a pilot, which is like a creature for me. Pilots are like basically just huge creatures because like I don't have enough pilots for my stuff. Wicker Folk. I'm just going to take another Locust Spray, I think. I just don't think Wicker Folk is useful for me. Maybe I just take a Surveyor, actually. Just nice, solid dude. Cruise all my stuff. Yeah, that's way better. I'm not even sure I'm going to play the Locust Spray I have. Okay, I'm taking Lagak over the Ripclaw Wrangler. Finally, the Lagak is in the promised land. My creatures actually got there. Like, I never needed to doubt my creature count. Perfect. We get a Night Market. My mana base is great. And we even got a Ketradon. Huge. The Lagak is back. Back again. Lagak's back. Call your friends. I don't need the maximum overdrive because if my stuff dies, I'll just try to get it back. And this card's actually pretty reasonable. Okay. So I have to make 12, like 10 cuts in this deck. I'm not going to play that card even though it's in my colors. Asteroid. How am I so good at opening special guests? Hey, Mandarin. None of these are special guests. Oh, no, actually, no, the Sky Sovereign is. I think it's because I'm special, and so they want me to feel special. I don't know. 14 creatures here. I'm actually going to cut down to 10 creatures, I think, in this deck. I don't want the Jaguar. It's just so much worse than my other expensive cards. Ketradon's really good because one Ketradon can be leveraged very effectively. If I have, like, ways to get it back a couple times. Packed Doll is nice for the life gain. Obviously not cutting him. I might cut the Mutant Surveyor. I think he's generally a little bit better than the Loxodon if you're aggressive because you can attack with him fearlessly. But I like that this guy can just crew my 3-power vehicles immediately. Sarcophagus. Might not need that. Scurryfoot. It's kind of a 4-drop. By turn 4, I might already have my stuff. I think Defend the Rider's better in my deck for the instant speed crewing / protecting my stuff. I don't know if I need Locust Spray. Gosh. I'm going to cut back on track. Even though I have all these big cards to get back. Honestly, back on track seems really good in my deck. But I've got so many good cards. What's my artifact count at? 11 artifacts. I kind of want to cut Packdoll Terror. I feel like I could cut some removal spells, honestly. Like, I've got a lot of removal spells. Like, these are also removal spells. I'm not cutting them, I'm just putting it in the pile. I've got a lot of recursion. A lot of self-mill. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 removal spells. I'm just going to cut Run Over because I don't need like a situational one when I've got so much unconditional removal that requires nothing. Oh my gosh. Pigpen. Pigpen, that's one of those messages that I read. Day 1 of chemotherapy, and apparently I picked the chair without a spot to plug in my laptop. So much for 4 hours of drafting. That's got to be, and then the smiley face. That's got to be the most, I mean, so brutal that you have to go through chemotherapy. But that's got to be the most, gosh, just reading that message is, it sounds like you're really positive about the whole thing. Best of luck. My God, goodness. Oh man, Ripclaw Wrangler, Packdoll Terror. Boom, boom, boom. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna keep 2 spin outs. I want to be able to kill anything. So now I have 3 unconditional removal spells. The bit baubles are really good. Maybe I don't have room for Packdoll. I'm going down to 8 creatures officially. This is also a creature. Maybe I don't want this. Maybe I'd rather have Loxodon Surveyor, honestly. Yeah, just a bigger creature. And this is also kind of like a creature, so I've got like 1 there. 9 creatures technically. This is like a 10th creature. How do I have so few creatures? I don't know if I can afford to play the Ripclaw Wrangler. Maybe I should just play Packdoll Terror instead. That's ups my count, and I have artifacts, so I'll gain some life. Yeah. Our deck has so many good cards. We'll be able to make tweaks after game 1. I'll see you folks in the matches. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the people who support my channel at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Patreon support allows me to make high quality content on a consistent basis, and patrons gain access to cool bonus resources like my card by card tier list for each set, including Aetherdrift, and my format thoughts document where I go more in depth on some cards and strategies that I like. I want to give a special shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. It really does make a big difference. And without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round 1. I totally forgot that because I haven't been playing on this account because of early access and because of the fact that like Aetherdrift was on the horizon, so I wasn't playing a lot of gameplay. I was making like analysis stuff. I'm in bronze. My opponents aren't gonna know what hit them. They're not gonna be ready. Oh, they've got a fancy card. I'm gonna play the Deathless Pilot because if I do draw a land, going Loxodon Surveyor, get the engines rolling. Perfecto. Let's go. Vroom. Oh, we've got them right where we want them. Okay. Oh my gosh, the perfect curve out. Okay, so I get to look at the top card of their library. And take and cast this. It's also funny because I get a treasure when I play this. That was so one-sided. That was a massacre. Oh, see you folks next round. Welcome to another round. We've got a great hand. We have the Grim Bauble in our one creature. Sure. The Debris Beetle, just an absolute monster. Just huge. We have the answers for your rats. So one thing to know, just as a general point, when you do have a deck that's lighter on creatures, you want to preserve your creatures when you can. And so, for example, sometimes I may be like, oh, this isn't a good example because I don't want to trade because my creature's bigger. But you don't really want to like trade your creatures necessarily if you have kill spells that can kill the creatures instead. It's funny, if they kill this Debris Beetle, I kind of toast them. Like, they might have an artifact kill spell like Broken Wings that can kill the Debris Beetle. Debris Beetle. Debrital. Wow, they just carry on cruisering it up. Getting back their rat. So they get to trade, but I deal 5 damage to them, which is so worth it here because I'm about to bring it back. It's so much damage. And I have more reanimation in my deck. Yeah, cutting the reanimation was never an option. Never an option. How's the audio, folks? Good volume level? Always good to chat. Double check. That's what Twitch chat helps me with. They keep the quality excellent for all of the YouTube viewers. Oh my goodness. Good audio? Perfect. I've realized that it's way better to just have the audio be slightly quieter sometimes, but then be able to up it in post versus just having it be loud all the time. Oh my gosh. This is not a good card, folks. Do not put this card in your deck. It's 4 mana for a draw 2, discard 1, which is just not even remotely playable, even if it starts your speed. Not a good card. I think that's the death knell. I think my opponent's dead now. I can put them down to 1 life here. They don't even crew in response. Interesting. They're playing a black deck, so I will hold my extra land in case they play that vehicle. I mean, it doesn't matter. They're dead if they play that vehicle. Oh, maybe they're not dead. Am I at max speed? No, but a creature seems reasonable here. So if I ever draw one of my 2 reanimation spells, I kill them. Still holding the land so I can have a removal spell. Okay. We're going for the win. Huh. A tad wrecked. Honestly, we might lose this game now. That board wipe is messed up. I have some kill spells that can be used, though. Taking a big hit here. This doesn't actually deal damage to players. It only deals damage to creatures. The card that I really want to draw Yikes. I really just want to draw one of my copies of the reanimation insect thing. I feel like I'm always going to lose to the spectacular pileup. Like, that card is messed up. The fact that it kills your vehicles, there's nothing you can really do to play around it. If they have any kill spell to go get with this thing, it's probably over. I go to 1 here. Also, any direct damage would be bad. I'm just going to try to draw a creature here. Cold Rip off the top. This is not a good sign. I am probably dead to this hour of victory. It's bad if I draw a creature and if they have like a kill spell or a damage. Even if they kill my Sky Sovereign, I still have 2 outs. Actually, 3 outs. I have 3 outs. I have my reanimation vehicle and my 2 Broodheart engines. And if I draw one of those, I win. Actually, no, I don't, because they gained 4. Dang it. If I'd drawn one of them sooner, though. Oh my gosh. If I'd drawn that any point this game except that turn, I would have won. That's frustrating. Oh my gosh. Oh, man. It wasn't even just that they had the giant guy. It was that they had board wipe into this guy to keep their guy alive, into reanimating it, into Hour of Victory to search up the cards they needed. It was like everything they needed. It was crazy. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this. We've got the Broodheart engine that we needed last game. I'm going to start with Deathless Pilot, because it can start chipping in for damage and such. Like, Grim Bauble something, play Broodheart Engine next turn is still just as good, pretty much. I miss out on 1 Surveil. Sure. Just looking for lands now, kind of. I have a lot of Surveil lined up, a lot of kill spells. Oh, I'm not trying to say my opponent didn't play well last round. I mean, they did everything correctly, it seemed. It's just, there needed to be a lot of things not go my way there for me to lose that game. I was also only 1 point of damage away. If I draw Pack Doll earlier, if I draw Sky Sovereign earlier, probably. If I draw a Broodheart Engine, if I draw a Carry On thing. I had like 5 outs the entire game. Yeah, I'm just going to keep the land. I've got a 6-drop in my deck. I've got other 6-drops in my deck. It's pretty greedy to get rid of it. I'm going to use Grim Bauble, though, to surveil a little bit. Okay. We'll see if we can find another Grim Bauble. Broodwagon, sure. I'm going to bring it back. Gonti's pretty excellent. I think this works out pretty well. I can play Gonti next turn, crew the Broodwagon, or I can just spin out on whatever they have that's big. I think killing this thing to save myself from them just getting a huge mana advantage is worth it. Ovi is one of those weird cards that's like a horrible top deck, but like on turn 4 specifically, if you don't kill it, it can be a problem. And now we're just seeing what we can see. Okay. Getting a Thundering Broodwagon into play ahead of schedule is pretty devastating. Sky Crash, okay. Boom Scholar, okay. Nicely done. Back into the winnings column. Now that we've played 3 games, we've got a bit of a sense. We understand. Let's see if we want to make any tweaks to the deck. Because it's always important to not just be like, okay, our deck is perfect. There's always tweaks to be made. That's one of the things about Magic, is you can always optimize pretty much. You can always figure things out, learn. Our biggest weakness so far has been them killing all of our creatures. And that's not even true. We had that one game we lost was pretty unfortunate. They had that rare. I don't think we need the Wrangler. I think Spin Out is always really a card that I'm happy to have in my hand. I do like the Ketradon. I think the reanimation spells are all good. Pack Doll Terror is nice. I don't necessarily love the Loxodon. He was pretty lackluster. That guy was pretty bad, honestly. Maybe we want the Stampeding Scurryfoot, because it's like 2 creatures in 1. So it's like a little bit of extra value there. Yeah, I think that'll be better. And then we'll try the defend the rider. And that'll replace both of our Loxodons, and we'll see how that feels. Yeah, see you folks next round. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this hand. I'm pretty confident adding in the Scurryfoot is correct. I'm less confident that the 1 mana thing that can make a pilot is better. Okay, getting another one of those into play early could be good. I'm just going to play the Broodheart engine instead of the Vanguard. The Vanguard doesn't block this guy anyway. And I want to find a swamp so I can kill that. I have more reanimation. I don't need that guy right now. I'm going to cycle one of these for sure. Bring it back. Am I coming to MagicCon Chicago? I am, Belangia Joe. Long time no see. It'd be fun to meet you there. Okay, they don't activate this. That's okay. Oh. The Blockbuster getting me good. I'm still cycling this because I need a swamp. Kill this at some point. Okay, I would really use that swamp about now. I mean, I could lose this game if I don't draw a swamp to kill this guy. It's going to hit me for a bunch of damage. Yeah. I really wanted to play a swamp so I could kill this guy this turn. Oh, man. Because then I could have played that and that this turn. I have to cycle this. If I don't draw a swamp, I just lose. It makes my late game so much worse here. I'm honestly pretty much dead anyway. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Pretty brutal. Petrodon. Yeah, maybe I should have killed it on my turn. That sucked. Really brutal the way that draw came together. Oh, man. Well, now we're 2-2. This deck going 2-3 would be pretty unfortunate in the depths of bronze. I'm going to make one more change. I'm going to cut the Defend the Rider, I think. I'm not sure, though. This card's the last one I'm not sure on. It's between that and Spin Out, I think. I'll just keep it. We'll see how it does. I feel like this deck is really good. I'm actually going to keep this hand on the draw. I know it's sketchy. But I have 1 draw step, 2 draw steps. I have like 9 black sources, and I have... I should double check how many swamps I have. I should have more swamps than forests. But I'm going to cycle this thing and cycle this thing. Oh, they're milling me. That could go badly. But I have the Broodwagon to kill it, so it's not a huge deal. It's a big draw. We're baiting out counter magic. Think they have a counter spell? Thank goodness. Let's go. This thing's honestly not bad for me. Like, the mill helps me because I have the Achenak in my deck. I want them to activate this thing. Yeah, I left it on top so they would mill it because I didn't want to then get an extra mill for them. They're a mile from using that profitably. Sure. They concede. Yep, they got mana screwed. I guess we got a bit mana flooded a couple times, so we'll take it. See you next round. Welcome to a great hand. We have 3 creatures. We're never going to run out of creatures. Deathless Pilot coming in hot. Okay. You might be wondering why I'm killing the Guidelight Optimizer, and it's because I just don't want them to get an accelerated start against me. I'm like not that concerned about developing another 2-drop. I'm probably not going to kill them that quickly, but if they just start getting 4-drops out early, it's going to be annoying. Similar scenario here, just... And I'm playing this guy because next turn I might want to activate this guy if I draw a land. And I kind of want to put the pressure on them to kill it. Yep, so they spend the mana on that, which maybe makes them play off curve. Maybe I should play the Legak instead. I'm gonna activate one of these to get myself a good draw for next turn. Okay. That's a little bit annoying against my graveyard deck. This could fail me a little bit if they kill the pilot and I don't draw a land, but that's a double if statement here. What? Why would they ever do that? That's insane. Why wouldn't they do that on the Sky Sovereign? Oh, right, we're in bronze. My bad. Oh, I can't target my own Deathless Pilot? Sad. My pre-release was a lot of fun, Caleb. I ended up going 3-0. I had a sweet deck. I got to play Captain Howler, or whatever his name is, the 4-mana shark guy. Nice! We have secured a winning record. Let's double check our lands. Twitch chat keeps reminding me, and I don't want to have more forests than swamps in this deck. I honestly might want to have, like... Yeah, I mean, double black is so important to this deck, but double green's kind of important. Yeah, I have more swamps than 4, so I have 10 swamps. Oh, man, I feel like this card's quite good. Defend the Rider. It's not a creature, so if I mill it over, I don't get any real benefits from it in the late game. Oh, man. This card's kind of bad. I'm excited to see how this performs at the end, but oh, man. I think this deck is okay. We'll be fine. Nice. See you folks next round. Welcome to another game. We've got our backs to the wall, but that's just where we like to be. We're going to lead with Forest this time because I don't want them to get the arena tell of knowing I have a Grim Bauble. Playing against the blue deck. Perfect. We don't really want to cycle this right now. Blue-white. Okay. They're chipping in. If they're not going to block, they might as well attack. That's my motto. I'm willing to 2-for-1 myself temporarily. Because I do not like the Quick Welder. And the Deathless Pilot's going to come back. Sure. Let's see what we shall see. Ooh, Gonti. I don't need the Venom Sac, but Gonti's going to be good. Nice. So now I'm just looking for lands. If they activate the Skystreak Engineer, I can kill it with Spin Out. I'm glad these guys have reach. We'll see what we shall see with Gonti. Oh no. And if I hit a land here, I can play it. Huge. Absolutely massive. I actually just want to play both of these guys, but I don't have double green right now. We'll see what they do here. Okay. Okay. Just really hoping to draw a Forest. Yes! We're cooking. The Ketrodon will save us. Okay, that thing's gotta die. This thing's also annoying. But they have to invest the mana in that still. Oh, the Broodheart engine is perfect. not attacking. I'm not a psychopath. This card's going to be sweet. Dante being able to hit lands is so good. Oh, we're so in this. We're back. Guess who's back? Huge. Now I have 2 reach creatures for their turn. I know I could have attacked them there. With all this mana up, I'm suspicious, though. And they get a pretty good double block on it. If I draw a land, I can go Sideswipe to kill this. Broodheart Engine, bring back this, kill something else. That seems pretty reasonable to do. I'm just paranoid of getting wrecked by another board wipe. I don't know why I'm killing the flyer. Maybe I should have killed the ground guy because he's bigger. And I can kill the flyer with this. That was a bad play. A bit of a misstep, potentially. Especially because this guy has value from the graveyard. That was a pretty good turn, though, let's be honest. And I have this thing for if I ever need it. Okay. I get to kill that and bring it back. No, I get to exile it and bring it back. And I get a treasure. I got to kill it in the end anyway. No, they can't see it. It's face down. I only want... Its controller looks at the top card, so I get to look at it. And exile face down. Nicely done, deck! Keep the wins rolling! Oh my gosh. This deck has so many rares, I don't know which one I want to make for the thumbnail. So good. Let's get back into silver. See you folks next round. Welcome to another round. We're going to crush them this time, I believe. We're not taking any chances. We're just going to go this on green. Okay, we can save that one. Yep, we'll keep spells. They don't have anything huge to kill yet with the Brood Wagon. I kind of just want to play this. They'll get a Surveil out of this. think I'm okay with that. They kept it on top. Okay. Nice. That's a great card for us. Because it's a 1-mana way to kill the Javelineer. So we're just going to hit him for a bunch of damage here. And then we can probably find a land to play this just normally. Or we can use this. Okay. So we want to kill this thing. That's pretty good, though. I don't think they can kill me. So, crew this, hit them for 6, play this, they go down to 2. I go up to 13. They have 8 power in play. They can deal 5. I guess, good job. But I don't really need this. Because I want to find a land so I can just play my thing and it's way better. If I just find a land, it's way better to just play the... Oh, that's really good. Okay. That's just game. Because the pack doll ping. Nice! Woo! Oh, what a win. That was sick. That was so good. We're back into silver. Nice. Sometimes I get like fake excited about getting into these ranks, and I always wonder if people think I'm like actually like, oh my gosh, I made it into silver, let's go. But yeah, let's roll. We're into the final round. I'll see you folks there. Welcome to another round, the final round. Chat just said it's not fair for me to be beating up on silver players, and then I proceed to, of course, queue into a silver player. Let's go. This is a pretty good hand. They're gonna be off to the races though. No blocks. We're going to cycle this. Keep the card velocity flowing. The Defend the Rider is here. If they have a counterspell, they get to use it, I guess. Nice. Yeah, they draw 1 card. That's not as bad as it could have been, for sure. Let's keep their speed down as long as we can. Okay, that's going to die to a Sky Sovereign. Oh, show. But we're cycling this. Oh, I should have done this beforehand. I'm seeing if I find the brood thing. Yeah, that's why I should have done it beforehand. Oh, man. That could lose me the game. Oh, that could lose me the game. I need to draw an untapped land here. Huge. That was absolutely massive. It's good not to get punished. I'm really afraid of the Slick Imitator copying something, but I can kill it. I know I could crew the Sky Sovereign, but I really just want to kill the Slick Imitator before they get to max speed. And I have this Defend the Rider up. Yeah! Oh, man. We managed to top deck the land we needed, and then we played it very calmly because I don't know why they didn't just kill it on their turn. They could have just cast Crash and Burn on their turn, but I guess they wanted me to crew it. I would have killed the Slick Imitator by reanimating my big vehicle anyway. But I guess they wanted me to crew, and then I couldn't block, and then... yeah. Anyway. Feels good to get the max wins, rattling off 5 in a row. And the Defend the Rider, that was much maligned by myself. I was like, should I bring this in? Should I bring in something else? Should I bring in Spin Out? What should I do? Da, 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 da. Defend the Rider wins up that last game. And we managed to conquer bronze with an absolute masterpiece. It's a bit of a shame that we didn't get to get Atchik into play at all. Or reanimate it, but Debris Beetle, absolute beating. Gonti, absolute beating. The Packdoll Terror was pretty good. The Sky Sovereign was a massacre. This card was fantastic. And Broodheart Engine was also fantastic. Really, really sweet deck. That last turn, that one turn where we hellish sideswiped away the Debris Beetle, brought it back, did another 4 damage to them. Super fun. And this deck was a masterpiece. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag... what's a good hashtag? I mean, hashtag bombs to let me know you made it to the end of the video, because we had so many bomb rares, and especially ones that got passed to us. So hashtag bombs to let me know you made it to the end of this video. I had so much fun playing it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Remember to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe for more, comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. If you did make it to the end, you can support my content via Patreon if you are enjoying it. But that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.